Don't know if I've been a part of one like that. Just there's so much about it when you think about all the things that you talk about every single day in your organization. That people matter, that culture matters, that building the type of football team we want to have. What's inside of each and every guy in that locker room and the feelings they have towards one another. These are the days that kind of cement why you believe what you believe as a coach. And I'll quite honestly remember this one for a really long time, mainly for those guys, the adversity, the response, all the things that we've spent a lot of time talking about. The guy that eventually played quarterback for us hasn't heard a lot of those speeches by me, but he's got that in his makeup clearly, and very proud of the way he came in and battled. There was a lot of moments in that game where there was some real-time coaching going on. I love the fact that we got a 2-minute opportunity at the end because that allowed me to talk to him the whole time, which I'm sure he's tired of hearing my voice, as you can hear from the sound of it right now. Used it quite a bit, but just so proud. That's an ultimate team win. Everybody in that locker room got a game ball, as they should. There's so many examples of individual performances, and there's a lot we can build off of. Really on a day that was a tough day for us injury-wise. Just want to update you guys. Jaron Hall did, sustain a concussion, as did KJ Osborne, and then Cam Akers, we believe, has an Achilles injury. Can't confirm, the severity of that at this time, but that is what we're fearing. TJ had a oblique rib kind of issue, but what a warrior to continue to battle through that. Brandon Powell had cramps and just played through it. So there's just countless examples. Want to credit Flo and his defense for keeping us in the football game. Greg Joseph, 11 points, 3 field goals, and 2 extra points was huge. But I'll let you guys take it away. There's a lot of I could stand up here all day if you guys would let me.
What about Brandon Powell catching the game-winning touchdown, and from a guy he probably had no practice time with?
Yeah, that might be the first, the first reception each one of our guys might have gotten from Josh today. Might have been the first time they were catching a ball from him, just with the urgency to try to get Jaron ready. And I told Josh when he got here, if you go in the game, it's going to be you and your teammates, and I'll be with you every step of the way. Thought Grant Udinsky and Chris O'Hara did an unbelievable job preparing him. He's very smart. I would not discount Josh Dobbs' ability to come in here and do something that I don't think many quarterbacks in our league could do. We asked a lot of them, and just spectacular performances around him. But, this is a win that hopefully we can build on because, a lot of things were tested today, and the results will never drive what we do, but results can certainly confirm everything you believe when they do come, and I do feel that happened in that locker room just now.
From a play calling standpoint, how much did you have to condense things from Jaron to Josh once he came in?
Yeah, it was to Josh's credit, it wasn't as much as you would probably imagine, but we did condense down and kind of, create some things, just, things that you knew he would be comfortable with in his dialogue with Chris and Grant that I kind of, maybe wasn't up on the initial game plan, but we can trust our guys to go execute. The no huddle allowed us to kind of settle everybody down and kind of let me talk to him and kind of give him some coaching points on the fly. And that's why you have those things in your offense. And once again, none of that is possible if he can't come in here and, snap counts and formations and knowing where guys go and where they're going to be, when the ball hits his hands. And not to mention we're playing against what I believe to be one of the better defenses we played all season at home in the noise. I hope people understand what Josh Dobbs was able to accomplish with something very, very special, and I'm really proud of him.
Kevin, just from a time management standpoint, it seems a long time ago you were getting a rookie ready to play this game, so I guess that took a lot of your attention and the team's attention. How much time did you even have to go through the possibilities of Josh has to go tonight?
Yeah, not much, because Jaron, we wanted to make sure we gave Jaron every opportunity to go out and have success, and the type of week Jaron had preparing, we were confident that he could take the volume that we went in with. Felt like we started out the game, on the wrong side of field position, and you never want to do that with a young quarterback in there. But I think we had, one penalty on the day. Can't give enough credit to a guy like Garrett Bradbury up there, just solidifying the poise, understanding that it's not maybe going to sound the same. Some of the huddle calls might, sound a little different, but Garrett, as I told him, you're my make it right man today, and he did it time and time again. Just the toughness of guys stepping up, the next man up feel. I'm incredibly hurt just for the guys that have been hurt previously, and guys that went down today. Because, these guys do everything that we ask of them, whether it's a guy that got traded for, a guy that's been here, from the jump like KJ, and the list goes on and on. Hopefully we can get CD back. That was unfortunate for him not being able to go, but how about David Quessenberry stepping in there and playing against that front, with that kind of game. And we overcame it together. And the important thing was those guys knew no matter what, we were pushing onward and fighting to go win the football game.
What did it feel like after Brandon catches that ball? I think I saw your headset.
Yeah, I spiked it, and I might have pulled a muscle in my neck. I'm not sure what I did, but that was that was all in. I mean, everything that we had as an organization was being put forward, regardless of circumstance, trying to get this one. So this one will be special for me for a long time.
Kevin, you learned a lot about Josh this week, I'm sure, but what's
Yeah.
the biggest thing you learned about him today?
Well, he can change a game athletically. I mean, with his legs, and even when I gave him plenty of bad plays today, and he made it right. And that's something that, quite honestly, we knew bringing him here. That was one of the real traits, in addition to his leadership qualities, his smarts, his toughness. You've got to be a mentally tough guy to go do what he did today, in addition to being physically tough. And I thought he made some big throws too, some throws on third down. At the end of the game to BP, there was a level of quarterback play there, with his eyes and understanding the intent of kind of a pretty high level football play there, to go out and execute it in that moment, and just awesome. Now we got to go back to work and try to do it again against a really good football team back at US Bank.
You said you worked on that play a lot this week.
Yeah.
Touchdown, but he had never.
Yeah, he just watched it. Yeah, he watched it. Heard us install it. I might have given him an install on the fly there. The beauty of it is, with the timeout, we got to the line of scrimmage, and I looked up and saw 25 seconds on the play clock. I said the worst thing for him is he's got 10 more seconds of my voice, So it was, but just the way he was able to receive that information in that moment with the crowd. It's a big football game for both teams. We were both at 4-4. And to come out of here with our fifth win and get back above 500 after starting 0-3 in the circumstances we've had, this team's going to continue to get stronger. We will continue to overcome whatever the injury report says, next man up mentality, while also making sure we're there for all those guys and hopefully get them back as soon as possible.
What are you telling him? Was it 10 seconds or in that play and any other play?
Yeah, just, what I wanted him to do on his drop. Where the concept was going to be, what was going to be on his left, what was going to be on his right. A last-minute reminder, don't forget about your legs. I still got a timeout left. Stuff like that. How to, make sure what he did with his eyes on the catch to tuck the nickel, all these things that, were very, very high level. But like I said, I was maybe most thankful for looking up there and seeing 25 on the play clock, for sure.
When you hugged him at the end, what'd you say to him?
I just said that's why we brought you here. It's not just about what has happened to you in your career. This guy's been in some tough circumstances coming into situations just like today. And I just told him, you're going to be the best version of yourself because of these guys on this sideline and in the locker room with you. And I'm going to be with you every step of the way. And let's see what we can do with this thing.
Kevin, from the time he gets here, you mentioned coaching him today, but from the time he gets here Tuesday until today, what was the process like just to trying to get him ready in terms of time you spent with him, Wes, Grant?
Yeah, it was, Chris, that's the crazy thing is Chris, had a rookie quarterback to get ready for the game. And with me, spending some time with Jaron too. A lot of it was Grant Udinsky, our assistant quarterback coach. I don't know if you guys noticed, more than likely, looking over your shoulder at the indoor, they were probably in there. Josh with his helmet on, hearing plays, going through cadence, walking through a lot of those things. We told Josh to treat it like a Thursday game, and you're not going to get a lot of live reps. We're going to try to rely on your experience. That's one of the reasons why we went and got you. And then, in the end, when the ball hits your hands, you've been playing this game a long time. Put it on us to try to help you, but just go play football, and we're going to get this thing done one way or the other.
Kevin, you mentioned Garrett. How much was he doing pre-snap and at the snap to help?
Josh made some really nice protection calls. They were throwing some interesting looks that the quarterback has to make it right because they can see the whole picture. But just his dialogue with Garrett, being on the same page, I know he's very, very smart. But I can tell you that what he was able to do in really 5 days' time was as impressive of what I've seen a quarterback do to come here against that defense and find a way.
As far as the two takeaways there in the third quarter.
Yep, huge.
Look at the fumble, but yeah, just that whole shift in momentum there. Just what did that really spark on the sideline and kind of allow the offense to kind of build on that?
Yeah, I just thought every point was going to matter in this game. I knew that. So if we could get a short field and not have to use things to get in the scoring zone or be in G's range, that would have been incredibly beneficial to us. The interception by Byron. Josh Mattel's coming out of that pile somehow with that football. Caleb Evans, you can't say enough about punching that out. Great technique, fundamentals, a guy that's come a long way with his tackling. You start to get the point of this was a culmination of a lot of things and a lot of different avenues of our football team where, at any one particular moment, it would have been understandable to allow the circumstances to overwhelm us, but not this team, not this collection of guys, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Did you see Josh recover it?
I just saw him go in there. I just saw him go in there, and I just started telling everybody on the headset, just start pointing our way, and let's hope for something good. And he came out of there with it.
Kevin, I think Brian O'Neill was saying in the locker room that the defense was saying at halftime, just get a couple scores and we'll be able to get you out of it. How much do you think they took, kind of put it on themselves today with new quarterback saying, we got to carry it through? Yeah,
I think they did. And it was a great moment throughout the game when they picked us up. We needed them. And then I thought it played right into our team mentality when, credit Atlanta. What a drive to go down there and take the lead. They got physical running the ball, eating up clock. And we started using our timeouts, at least there towards the end, to try to preserve some time. And when they were running off, there wasn't one of our offensive guys that, weren't meeting them saying it's our turn now and we're going to find a way. And, we went to work on that drive, some critical plays. Jordan's catch down the sideline was huge. TJ fighting through it, BP, closing it out. But I'm going to have to go back and watch this one because, I'm not sure I remember the whole thing. And normally I can talk about plays with you guys, but there was a lot of them.
Yeah, Coach Kevin, could you discuss Josh? He's from here. Folks around here have seen him play for, in college or in the high school and so forth. Just coming home and getting a win and how that he was able to get the win. What does that say about his character?
This may surprise you, but I just met him a few days ago. I didn't even know that. That's something, you just gave me something to talk to our new quarterback about. But, there you go. Well, I could just tell from the time he got off the plane and arrived at our building, he felt, I called him as soon as we finalized the trade, and him and I had a conversation that I said, I don't know when it'll be. But I can promise you one thing, you're going to get everything out of us. You're going to love your teammates. This is the best locker room in the National Football League. And my goal is that this is the best situation you've ever been in. And just trust us. And he's done that. And, to go do what he just did today, I'm in his hometown. Good to know. And ultimately what he was able to do, he should be very, very proud of what he just did in a very competitive game in the National Football League.
We'll have Josh Dobbs in shortly.
There you go. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.